Hi, young musicians. Today I have an echo song for you. And the echo songs that we do at Northwest, where I'm the music teacher, are so joyful. And this, far and away, is my Northwest students' favorite echo song. Now, remember, when we do an echo song, you have to be an echo. So let's see, who can I get to help me today? How about Cowabunga? So when I sing, Bazooka, Zooka, Bubblegum, Bazooka, Zooka, Bubblegum, every time that you see Cowabunga's mouth move, that's the time when you are supposed to sing. So if I sang, my mother gave me a cent, my mother gave me a cent, she said go buy a tent, she said go buy a tent, but I didn't buy a tent, but I didn't buy a tent. Instead I bought bubblegum, instead I bought bubblegum. So it goes like that, where you sing right after me, and this time I'm going to leave an empty space. So it's going to sound like this. Bazooka, zooka, bubblegum. My mother gave me a cent. She said go buy a tent, but I didn't buy a tent. Instead I bought bubblegum. Bazooka, zooka, bubblegum. Now, when I was a little girl, which was about 40 years ago, wow, that's a long time, you could buy a piece of Bazooka bubblegum for a penny. And in with that piece of hard, sort of flavorless bubblegum, you also got a cartoon. So there were like two wrappings. You took off the one wrapping, and then there was an inside that was a cartoon and a comic strip, and it had a joke. And then inside that, there was a piece of gum. And you could get all of that for one penny. So if my mother gave me a nickel, she said go buy a pickle, but I didn't buy a pickle. Instead I bought bubblegum. Bazooka, zooka, bubblegum. Now, if you heard my story before, when I shared with you you could buy one piece of Bazooka bubblegum for a penny, that meant you could buy 5 pieces of Bazooka bubblegum for a nickel. Now, 5 pieces of bubblegum, if you tried to chew them all at the same time, it'd make a pretty big bubble, maybe about this big. Then my mother gave me a dime. She said go buy a lime, but I didn't buy a lime. Instead I bought bubblegum. Bazooka, zooka, bubblegum. Now remember, the dime is the coin that is trying to trick us because it's the smallest one, but it's not worth the smallest amount. That small silver coin, that one is worth 10 cents, which means you could buy 10 pieces of bubble gum. That'd make a pretty good bubble. You blow a bubble with me? Okay. Are you ready? Ugh, I got some on my glasses. Gross. My mother gave me a quarter. She said go buy a recorder, but I didn't buy a recorder. Instead I bought bubblegum. Sorry, that's what a recorder sounds like. Bazooka, zooka, bubblegum. So with a quarter, oh my goodness, we got to think really hard. A quarter is worth how many cents? Yell it to me. Yell it to me. Maybe I can hear you if you yell loud. 25, that's right. 25 cents is how much a quarter is worth. It means I could buy 25 pieces of bubble gum. Oh, I really have to chew for a long time. And now it's in my hair. Oh, geez. My mother gave me $1. She said, go buy me a collar. But I didn't buy a collar. Instead, I bought bubblegum. Bazooka, zooka, bubblegum. Now, with $1, how many cents are in $1? How many cents is $1 worth? 50, 63, 87. More? 100? 100 cents? That's 100 pieces of bubble gum. That is a big bubble. Then my mother gave me a 5. She said, go stay alive. And I sure stayed alive. I live in my bubblegum. Bazooka, zooka, bubblegum. Now with $5, I want you to really think this through. If $1 is 100 cents, $5 would be 500 cents. 500 pieces of bubble gum? That's crazy. We'll have to prove that in stages. Oh. That was a lot of bubble gum. Bye, everybody.